Okay, so page 14 of chapter 3. Yesterday we did add, subtract, polynomial. So today we're going to do multiplication. Okay, so the first question obviously is still adding. Just if sometimes people ask me, so when can I drop the brackets? When can I not? So if you have something like this where you have 3 plus 4 plus 5, you can just drop the bracket because everything is just adding. So it's just 3 plus 4 plus 5. Right? But what about this one though? When it's a minus, 3 minus 4 plus 3. So this minus sign right here, like in the past, we would do the 4 plus the 3 and then subtract it from 10. So in other words, you're subtracting everything inside. So in today's lesson, when we're talking about multiplying, that's what we mean. Okay? What's the invisible number beside that minus sign? Yeah, -1. So you can think of this as -1 times everything inside the bracket. So that's why you have 10 minus 4 minus 3. Because -1 times 4 is -4. -1 times 3 is -3. Okay? So this same idea. Okay, but I cannot add these two inside the bracket, right? So what I have to do is distribute this negative sign inside the bracket. And when I say distribute, we mean multiply. So if I were to expand this out, it will be 7x minus 2x minus 3. Okay. And so now I have no more brackets. I've dropped the brackets, but I've applied the negative sign to everything inside. Okay, how can I simplify this one further step, Margaret?
Yeah.
Okay, which is 5x minus 3. Good, because the x, I can group them together based on yesterday's lesson. Okay, so let's try this one. Okay. Ivan, can you help me with this one?
5 minus 2x plus 3.
Good. Okay, plus 3 because -1 times -3 gives you positive 3. And then, yep, as Ivan said, 5 and the 3 can go together because they're just number, they're like terms. So 8 minus 2x. Okay, I don't care about the order. You could say -2x plus 8 or 8 minus 2x, doesn't matter to me. Okay. Okay, this next one right here. Okay, same thing. My first bracket right here, I don't have to do anything. I can just leave it as is. So 6x plus 8, and then multiply that in. So Betsy, what do I get in my second bracket?
Minus 2x and minus 5.
Good. Okay, and then to simplify it, can you finish off the example for us?
4x
Good.
plus 3.
Perfect. Yeah, and then the 8 and the -5 goes together, so you have 4x plus 3. Okay. Last example here. Who wants to try this one? Okay, Sophia.
6x minus 5 plus 8x minus 10.
Plus 8x minus 10. Good. Okay, again, two negative make a positive. So that's why you have the 8x. So, and then?
Which is 14x minus 15.
Good. Okay, so I get this question sometime, but Miss, -5 and -10, isn't it two negative make a positive again? No, because two negative make a positive only applies when you're multiplying. Right here, you're just grouping, you're just adding and subtracting. So when you add and subtract, you're just thinking about number line. So -5, and then you're going to the left 10 more space, so -15. Okay. So remember, two negative make a positive is only when you're multiplying. Okay. Let's do. Hey, let's do a word problem together. I think you guys get the idea. Let's do this word problem. Page 16, number 13. Who has a nice voice? Ivan, I think you have a nice voice. Can you read number 13 for us?
To perform music at an event, a lease charges an initial fee of $100 and a rate of $85 per hour of work on the event day. Therefore, the earnings for booking can be modeled by the expression 100 plus 85T, where T represents the number of hours spent working on the day of the event. Photograph an event, Ian charges $70 per hour worked at the event and a one-time photo processing fee of $310.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so we have two sets of info right here. The first one is an example for you guys to see how they set up the equation. Okay, so state an expression to represent Dion's total earning for the for the booking. So if we follow the same format as this, can somebody come up with the expression for Dion? For him? Perfect. Yeah. The T again represents the per hour. So that's where you always want to attach your variable to. Okay. The keyword, we'll get into this a lot more in the coming chapters, but the keyword is the per hour. That tells you that's your variable. Okay. So, part B, assuming that they both work for T hours at an event, express their combined earning from the booking. What do you think the word combine means? Add, subtract, multiply, divide. Angelina? Add, yeah. So combine just means add. So what I want to do is 100 plus 85T. Doesn't matter about the bracket. Because as we said, when we're adding, brackets doesn't matter. Okay? And then simplify your expression. So what goes with what? The numbers go with the numbers. So this is 410. And then the 85T and the 70T, those two can go together. So that is 155T. Express your using your expression from part C, determine their combined earning for a 5-hour booking. So for a 5-hour booking, where do I put that 5? Ivan? Yeah, for T, right? So T stands for the time. So 5 hours, I'm gonna substitute the T with a 5. Okay. So don't forget BEDMAS. You can type it all into your calculator, or you can do BEDMAS 155 times 5, and then add on 410 to it. You get 1185. What's my unit? Dollars, not hours, guys. Okay, so dollars. You know it's 5 hours, and you're not gonna work 1,185 hours. Okay. Assume that no booking is longer. Assume that no booking is longer than 8 hours. Who earns more money for an event that is 2 hours long? All right. So for Elise, okay. Whoops, sorry. For Elise, it was 100. It was 100 plus 85T. So let's say it's 8 hours. It's 100 plus 85 times 8. So Elise, for working 8 hours, she will make 780. For Dion, It was 310 plus 70 times 8 hours. Okay, so 310 times 70, plus 70 times 8, $870. So that means Dion is paid more for 8 hours of work. Okay. And then part F, determine a simplified expression to represent the difference between their earning. Difference. What does difference mean? Add, subtract, multiply, divide. Subtract. That's right. Okay. So, it doesn't really matter which one you subtract which because it will tell the difference. But since I know that Dion gets paid more, I'm just going to do 310 plus 70t minus 100 plus 85t. Okay? If I write this, will I get the full mark for this question? No, because of this word, simplify. So I have to simplify this expression. So 310 minus 100, just like what we were working on today. 310 minus 100, you get 210. And then 70t minus 85, 85t, you get negative 15t. Okay. And then finally, in order for Elise and Dion to make the exact same total earning for working the same number of hours for the event, for how long would they theoretically need to work at the event? All right, so this you will not see it on the test. We will be working on how to solve the equation later on. But so for this one, just as an FYI, if you were interested to look ahead, so you basically, this question is 310 plus 70t equals 100 plus 85t. Okay? You want to figure out after how many hours both would equal each other, right? So later on in this course, we will learn how to solve this. But if you're interested in solving now, you can. So what you would do is move all the variables to one side and move all the numbers to the other. So in this case, I'm going to move that 70 over to this side, and I'm going to move the 100 over to this side. So 310 minus 100 is 210. And then 85t minus 70t is 15t. Why we have to subtract is because when we move something from one side to the other side of the equal sign, we're undoing it. Right? So that's why instead of plus 100, we minus 100. Instead of plus 70, we minus 70 from that. And then when we divide it from 15, so 210 divided by 15, you get 14. So T equals 14. What's my unit here? Yep. Hours. Good, because T represents time. Okay. So for part G right here, don't worry about it. Part G is, it won't be on the test, but it will eventually be in chapter 4, I think. In chapter 4. Right? But for the chapter 3 test, you do have to know all this. Okay, you have to be able to do parts A to F. Okay, so that's today's lesson. Again, tomorrow we build on the multiplying polynomials. Okay, so homework page 14, page 14 to 16, and the challenge questions is on page 17. How many of you did the challenge question last night? Good job. Good for you. Okay. I might add one of the challenge question as a bonus question on our next test. All right. So it's a little incentive for you guys to try the challenge questions. It's good for you. Good practice. All right. But again, if you feel like no, I'm okay. I just want to do do the math, get the grade 9 math credit. Then just you can just do the page 14 to 16. Okay. So that's it. We if you are looking ahead, you can see that we're doing very good pace. We just have one more. Let's see. Yeah, we just have one more section. So tomorrow we actually finish the polynomials. And then Monday we do review, Tuesday we do review. So what is on Wednesday? Yes, the test. The test will be on Wednesday. It is posted on Brightspace.